So, do you forgive yourself when you can't help others in need? In this video, I will guide you along the journaling process to check in with yourself to increase your self awareness, assess your energy, and align with the source of unconditional love. So, welcome to what I call the self love movement, because it is my deepest belief that if we all loved ourselves enough, suicide wouldn't be a thing. So, if you are new to me, my name is Robin Knott. I teach energy healing methods, with a strong focus on self-care, self-worth, and self-love in order to break old programs like codependency without feelings of blame, shame, or guilt. So, our journaling process, let me back up a little bit. Actually, in transparency, I am just going to say I didn't come on Thanksgiving Day, right? Things got a little bit busy, and I just enjoyed being with family. So I wanted to at least cover today's topics and offer it via a recording. Better than nothing, right? Better late than never. We still show up. We still do what we got to do. We still journal. We still take care of ourselves, however that looks like for each of us. And in my journaling, just the idea of holidays came to mind as well, like the different beliefs and feelings about holidays and people being in need, right? This is a time of year for many. Well, twofold. One, the needs might increase because of financial burdens or financial challenges due to holidays, right? Additional food or gifts or whatever, however, people are celebrating. Then sometimes things change this time of year too. So some bills increase, right? So in Ohio, it's cold. So heating bills go up, whether it's gas, propane, electric, whatever you may use, you use more of it. So that can bring in some financial challenges. And then also gratitude came in. So normally today we talk about forgiveness, right? The letter F in self-care is forgiveness, which ties in, totally going off what I journaled on, but which ties in. That moment of transformation, right, occurs in the heart space and the heart chakra energy. But gratitude plays a role in our energy everywhere, like all the time, right? Whether it's Monday through Sunday, it's the root chakra through the crown chakra, like gratitude is important too. So I find it interesting, at least in America, as we celebrate Thanksgiving, many celebrate Thanksgiving and talk about and focus on things to be thankful for, right? But I find it so interesting that we tend to do this one time a year, just one time a year. But then what came up in my journaling is, how often do we allow forgiveness to occur? Do we allow it even one time a year? Do we use any type of like holiday or special date or process like in our journaling, so we get to touch base on it? Every Thursday is normally our forgiveness day that we journal on. But how often do we actually allow forgiveness to occur? I think that's a good question and something to sit with, because forgiveness is challenging. But again, it's transformational all in itself and the doors that it opens up. So that does actually lead into more of what I was journaling on. So I'm going to just flow into that as well. So again, my question, the journaling prompt for today: do you forgive yourself when you can't help others in need? And we've covered through the earlier part of the week some of our beliefs about what it means to help others in need, and that's something that you do, like you always do that, right? But then we touched on some situations when maybe you can't do that and what that looks like, or how we feel when we can't help, and how we internalize those feelings, and then those repetitive patterns in our mind and thought processes, and how blame, shame, and guilt can come about, and resentment and all the things. So let me check my journal here to see where Excuse me. So that being one to reflect back on solar plexus chakra as well. When we don't allow forgiveness to occur, we internalize and then project more, right? So we internalize it and then we project it back out onto others, more of the blame, shame, and guilt, resentment, anger, whatever comes along. But it's those old conditions and programs that we're out here trying to transmute and move away from and reprogram in ourselves, right? In that lighter energy of unconditional love, getting into alignment with the source of unconditional love. But when we don't allow forgiveness to occur, the internalized resentment, blame, shame, and guilt, anger, all those icky things are repetitiveness, repeating patterns. There was a word I was trying to create there, I believe. Repetition. Anyways, it's just that repeating of the old, and we get stuck in that cycle instead of transmuting it. The forgiveness helps us transmute it, right? That moment of transformation. But the other part that came in, because I'm all about going within, right? Free will and accountability. So in that free will and accountability, if you would sit with this perspective, we, you, everyone, right? We all have our own journeys to experience and discover or rediscover ourselves, right? As part of this collective. We evolve through our own experiences, right? So that includes our hardships. It includes those amazing moments that we love to celebrate as well. All of it. We continue to evolve and grow in this life experience. So when you think about the benefit that we receive from the process, then can we challenge the old conditions and beliefs and patterns of blame, shame, and guilt when we can't help others in need? And look at the possibility. And again, this isn't to say yank the rug and don't help other people, but can we also look at the gift it allows people, it allows others, it allows us to go through for that evolution to occur? I think sometimes we do lose sight of that as well. And again, I'm not condoning, justifying, encouraging in any way, shape, or form to say that we should not help each other at all. I'm not saying that. We definitely should. I think sometimes the lines get blurred, though, of how that help looks, the how to part, how we help each other, how we support each other in need, right? It's not always the fix it for. So being a rescuer in recovery, if you will, is not the fix it. It's not for me to jump in to fix you, quote unquote, right? We don't actually need fixed, but just for the sake of explanation here, explaining. I don't need people to jump in and fix for me, right? Depending on what it is. Not me personally. I was just thinking of like my car. I need someone to fix that for me. I do not know how to do that, nor do I want to know how to do that. But again, we could take it in all kinds of different directions and areas. So just that process of having the ability to problem solve. I at least know what to do when my vehicle's not working. I know who to contact and call. I know like where the boundaries are for expectations, right? But there are some things that are mine to fix. And I can reflect back on a time when I wanted others to fix it for me. I don't think I intentionally meant that. I didn't even understand it to purposely try, if that makes sense. It's not like I was like, oh, wait, I want you to fix this and you to fix this and you to fix this. But when you reflect back and you think of how your thought process was working and then how your actions followed and then what your expectations were from other people, it kind of looks like that. It kind of looks like having that expectation. And sometimes we feel that as well when others come to us. Even if they don't come to us, if they happen to be nearby or we're aware of their energy and the struggle, we just have that automatic switch of wanting to help, right? But again, the how do we help? Because sometimes I think holding space is devalued. Just letting people know they're not alone in holding space and allowing them to go through the process for their own evolution is pretty massive. If we don't allow forgiveness to occur for ourselves and then others, both, whichever way it's working in the moment, but both, then we're blocking those opportunities because we're stuck in the hamster wheel. Stuck in the hamster wheel of blame, shame, guilt, resentment, feeling terrible when we can't help others, feeling terrible when we don't know how to help ourselves, right? But again, I invite you to sit with that perspective as you journal or see what comes up. And if there's a moment where it's fitting, kind of challenge yourself. If you're beating yourself up for those moments of not being able to help those in need right now, maybe you became the person who has needs. That's a challenge too. When you're used to being the person that helps, and then you find that you don't have anything else left to help with, and now you find yourself being the person who needs the help. That can be a challenge. So in the next video, we will be talking about communication. And in that communication, self-talk is a big piece of it. So I won't dive too much into that in this video, so I can save it for the next one. But that, what we say to ourselves, right? Do we shame ourselves? Do we blame ourselves? Do we carry around a bunch of guilt because we can't help? Or do we project that out onto others when we need help and we don't feel like we're getting it? That energy flows both ways, doesn't it? So thank you for joining me on this video and sharing your time and space. Let me know in the comments if you're comfortable, what comes up for you in your journaling process. Assessing your energy, right? Be aware, assess, and align. If you're not already in alignment with the source of unconditional love, which always allows forgiveness, which forgiveness it's already offered. We just have to receive it, right? What is something we can do to get closer to alignment with the source, or in alignment with the source of unconditional love? And if you haven't already signed up for the Empathic Healers Masterclass, a step-by-step guide to set boundaries and protect your energy, if you would like that link, let me know. I'll drop that in the comments for you. And I switched platforms, guys. So if you are a student, sorry, I thought I heard something. If you're a student of energyhealingschool.com, that part should transfer over, but check your email because I will be emailing you to make sure you have everything you need to pick up where you left off on the new platform. So take good care of you, and I will talk to you soon. So much love. Bye, guys.